fucking guys, I wanna say muscle. I wanna fucking that's okay. Coming back, brothers. I'm here. I don't see me with fucking enjoy. Say that this is a different say, but with same energy, same enjoy, and I do every single thing. I make myself successful and number ones every single time, brothers. Fuck them all. I just don't care about anyone. Just to make this day the most successful and most number ones. Right now, I'm gonna streaming for here for YouTube. Hello YouTube. That's all about coming back. So I know YouTube, every single things just like make us a better persons every single day and a successful man. So I need to do everything, brothers. Let's do everything, brother. Fuck people. Fuck can I care? I doesn't care about anyone's. Also, does not care about anyone. Just live your life with fucking enjoy and make your life will be more successful and most number all six. That's happening when you do something positive, live positive and always you target just leave a positive way. Never leave a fucking negative way. All states. Always doing better good things in your life. Just do it. So I say just do it. Never be compare yourself to anyone's and do your life and say I mean that's something like most successful way. I say that's I just don't care. Let's go. Do it. That's a lot of book I'm reading. That's a lot of skills I have add just like playing flutes or I'm a lot of things that I can do and just doing that always workouts and always focus on my clean meal. So that's all gonna make me better persons every single day and I hope that anyone is kind of watching on me and I hope that you also follow his routines and I know that's not perfection, that's not any kind of targets we can maintain. Just live a life we fucking enjoy fucking grinding every day and just live a fucking process. That's live a fucking way. There is nothing that we need to focus or nothing we need to just chasing anything, brothers. That's something different. That's our dream. Just live a fucking way. That's all say. Just living a fucking way. I'll just say care about anything. Guys, fasting is fast. You need to drink a lot of water. Second thing, you need to drink a lot more water. Third, you need to drink a lot more water. Fourth, you need to drink a lot more water. Five, you need to drink a lot more water. Guys, I just believe only on my routine. I just don't believe on me. Just like being me is that's kind of success being me. Brothers, I never believe on that. I believe on my routine. That's actually make me success and better persons. And next 10 years, I hope I will be better persons in next 10 years. I care about everything. It's just not one thing. Hair care, face care, skin care, a lot of things. Physique. You need to maintain everything, brothers. I'll say never leave a fucking way. Just like anyone say what they are thinking about me, I never be care about that. What people are thinking, I never be care about that. I just think only one thing: why I'm not enjoy. Why I'm not enjoy today, brothers. That's the question. Is every time is in my mind. That's the reason I need to enjoy every single time, and I do it, bro. I do it. I also gonna do it, bro. I also gonna make it. So here I'm gonna be today. It's very hard for everyone, I know, but what's happened? No one can do. Doesn't care about that. So I do it, bro. Let's right now. I'm gonna play flutes. It's also my best choice in my life. I choose. Oh, let's go. Choose something. Let me see. Fucking that's not. I'm gonna a lot of thinking and coming in my mind right now. But what I do for that? I'm gonna take. If it's happening right now, the same area, same thing, but I can choose for right now. That's or choose that. Can do, bro. Can do it. Fuck, fuck that. One, two, one, two. That's all two. This sides, this is this sides. So there is no side, so there are six sides. So I can teach. One this, one this, one this, one this. Just happen, bro. And there is no fucking question. It's like, what is this going on? There's nothing. Also, this goes finishing and let's do it, bro. All coming. Fucking that's a coming, bro. All gonna make it. And right now I'm just reading for 30 minutes, and right now it's a very important for me, cause I love to read and it's gain a lot of knowledge and leave it fucking foolish. That's like when I reading like just yelling or knowledge, it's all about my stress is gone. So I'm choose that kind of reading. Fuck say I'll say the fuck people that doesn't care about anyone's, because when you care about anyone, everyone's, just never live your life. So I just don't care. That's all about my insecurities come. So I choose to reading like this kinds of something different. So let's do it, bro. And meadows and the flowers, and it was often made the medium for the philosophical and political theories, as yet the golden age of the pastoral had and not be made of the appearance in England, but the beginning of the voyage of the apartments, a glance of the poem of the mention in the chapter who reveals the importance of the allegory in this period. It's clear of the hardest of the mechanicals and the soul days of the device for the poets lacked of the salvation of the political fire, and the given its life of the allegory, it's a seed of the drummer of the golden touch of the litigates and the temple glass usually opens with the gardens and a dream and conventionalities and to be an abstract degree, and it continues with the introductions of a goddess of love and the virtues of the bias of the similar stock of the And as we have shall see the next chapter, it was add of the another great poets to the list. Its list of the divorce and developments of the ballads and the carol of the continues with the highly satisfactory result. This poems is begun to the acquire polish and experience of the yearly the routines of the becoming the things of the past and to the periods of the probably being the lovely and the carousel of the birds of the many of the beginning I think of the maidens and the bells of the connected with the Robin Hood spare of the Rosman and the many of the other prose. There was no understanding of the achievements in the prose, but facts all here to reveal the warning of the influence of the legend and increasing the importance given in English English prose of the appeared the theological works as in this of the as those of the Fisher and the Cromer and gave its new of the field in the notable English prayer brew and historical of the prose was represented by the chronicles of the England of the Capgraph of the 1393 and 1464 who wrote in a business like of fashion of the stresses of the philosophical prose of the appears in the governs of the England of the Fortescue and 1394 and 1476 and in the blog of the name of the governor of the Elios 1419 C and 1546 a kind of the educational work. The Castle of the Hills also by the last author was the medical work. The great race of the Elizabethan translators is begun by the Lord Barnes and race the 1467 to 1533 and who translated the frosty arts of the freedom or no means of the skill and lastly the English of the Bible was taking up the shape. The developments of the English Bibles, the work of the Workers' Bible began as early as the 18th century when the Bede was translated portions of the Gospel of the H.T. Johns into the Old English prose. The work of the identity of the continues during the Old English period. For example, in the Landispan, the Gospel about the 100 and the prose of the Alfric of the about 1000s and during the Anglo-Norman periods owing of the influence of the French and Latin England and translation did not the flourish but efforts were the made especially in the Pasm of the Pelorian 84 and who under host of the influence two of the completed versions were carried through about 1384 and 1388. How much of the actual translations was full of the accomplished will never be known, but he was the leading speed and two in the first of the glory of the beginner later the leader in the great work to the second of the will of the না চলেছে না তো কল বলে আজই বলে টাইম নেই কালই ঠিক করবি বলে না না নেই তো না নাগালে কেমন হয়ে যাবে না পা কান সাদা রং করা আছে যদি ইয়ে হয় There's no other sense what's a fucking way this call. So I doesn't care about anyone, brothers. I make my life the better and better than everyone's. Let's do it, bro. The work of the English Bible of the began as early as the 18th century and when the bits of the translated portions of the Gospel of the H.T. Johns into Old English prose. The work was the alternative of the continued during the Old English periods. For example, in the Landisprain of the Gospel of the about 100 in the prose of the Alfric, about 1000 during the Anglo-Norman periods, owing of the influence of the French and Latin English translation did not flourish, but efforts are made, especially in the Pasm and the Paulins of the epistles. The translation was strongly simulated by the Wycliffe of the 1324 under those of influence two complete versions were the carried through about 1384 and 1388. How much actual translations which was accomplished but will never be known, but his basis was his leading speed and it is the pulse of the glory of being the leader and the great work to the second of the Wesleyan versions to sometimes given of the name of the John Probe are the lawyers of the leaders who succeeded the Whistle. The two of the versions the simple and interpret the unpretentious of the rendering. The second being much more the finish than the first. After the whistle of translation fact till the reformation's bane of the man of the minds and of the tasks. The greatest of all of the translators was the William Tyndale and 1536, who did much more and give the Bible of the modern shape. And Tyndale also suffered a good deal of the persuasion of the owing of the chardihoods and was the driving a board, and where much of this translation was accomplished and where its was first printed and the Colgan 1525, the fragment and its English of the New Testament was printed. A feature of the titles of the translations was its direct reliance upon the Hebrew of the Greek of the original and not upon the Latin of the rendering of them. And of these of the Latin text, the source of the version was the Vulgates, upon which is the whistle which to large extent relied. The miles of the Cobardales, 1488 to 1568, carried on the work of the Tyndale. So as the elect of the letter of the scholarship, he had an exquisite taste of the fresh and the rigor of the many of the most of the beautiful Bible of the expressions are of his workmanship, and the edition of the translation started 1535 and was the first complete English Bible of the to be the printed translation of the space none of them, and however was a much of the improvements upon the Tyndales. In 1537 appeared the let's go Jewish brand. We all gonna make just something Jewish friends are lovely to do. And finally printed version of the Thomas of the Metal was said to be the John Rogers, the pain of the Cobarders, and so it may be the Pessorenum of the Tribunal of himself. The Great Bible 1539, the first of the authorized versions, was executed by a commission of the translators working under the command of the ND8. It was based on the Methodist Bible. Another of the notable translations was the Calvinistics of the Geneva Bibles 1560. The book of the received the popular names of the richest Bibles owing to its rendering of the Genesis. The Genesis 3 and the Sept, they swapped the feet of the Elizabeth together and made themselves breeches in the reign of the Elizabeth. Was issued of the Bishop and Bible 1568 of the Magnificent Paolo and Folio, which was translated by a committee of the Bishop and the learned man. It was intended to be a counterblast of the growing of the popularity of the Breeches Bible. With this we have the close upon the great authorities of the version of 1611, which shall be mentioned in the next chapter, where also we shall be very discuss the influence and the literally of the qualities of this translation. The drama, the letter of the Middle Age of the bringing rapid growth of the narrative drama, a preparation of the great age of the Elizabeth, and we have give now a brief of the sketch of its developments. The ancient of the ancient classical drama had long of the seas of the vital force and only of the traits which were going of the memes of the professional strolling of the pairs to find of the throughout the Middle Age in all parts of Europe of the and the media bills of the drama also of the little or nothing are popular of the miming and the great festivals. The sure of the crude of the survival of the ancient pagan ritual of the developed into more of the elaborates of the amusements that's more dancing and the symbol of the dramatizations of the feats of such of heroes as the Robin Hood and the St. George and this is very series and where the occasions of the most popular fun and license and particularly at the election of the boat the unreason with the attendance of the hobby horse and the corn the miracle it is of the church of the liturgy of the to find the cinemuls which is this rebirth of drama the commonly use of the antiphonal of the singing had the elements of the dialogue while the obvious of the dramatic possibilities in the Roman Catholic ritual especially in the mass were the casual developed as a part of the elaborate the ceremonial of the great religious and feasts like Easter and as early as the 20th century we hear the Easter representation of the empty tomb of the Christ and that with like that from to everything. Fucking last bros. All have to do everything. There's no perfection, there's nothing, just do it, bruh. All gonna make you, that's something different. That's it. I mean, that's why I'm living like that. So I'm gonna say that's there every single time. That's this time work just like a project, and here I'm reading like this kinds of way. Actually, I wanna be control my minds and also be all of these things just on face man. Also, so I'm doing this job. I mean, say this is my job to lowering me cortisol and help other brothers. This is a little fucking fakest way, and that is not for something reason of getting knowledge. It's not normal, brother. It's normal. If you're reading like that, you also be reading and also be improve your vocabulary and also be helps you to reduce the stress hormone. So I'm choose this kind of reading style, and this is something different for everyone's, but I love it to do because it's also been help me to control my cortisol, and it's give me a good dopamine, also feel good and always living a positive life. So it's a very very important, and I hope you also follow these routines and at least 10 minutes to 20 minutes of reading. I feel good and better, and every single time you live a most of the positive life. And I know if when you live a positive life, it's too good, you live everything is just like a better persons, and everything's too better. And I hope it's all about the good things that's actually make you success and make you number ones every single time, and allow you to choose that. There's no perfection, there's no fucking that's kind of any kind of thing, cause I remember that if you get any kind of problem just like accidental moments or anything, any moment if you face, then you realize why I'm not enjoy this moment. That's when I'm cured, it's already I'm normal. So this question is every single time for me and everyone. So I'll choose that to doing better and good things every single time, and does not care about anyone's fuck people thinking, and do your best thing that you can do, and do everything brothers, and also say I will be everything. The writer seems to have been turned next to the other New of the Testament of stories such as the announcements of the Nativity and then of the Old of the Testament, where the false of the stories of the now of the Daniels were among the most popular. By the 14th century, we have the evolution of the complete cycle of the place and covering the history of the world from the creation of the day of the judgment. There is a common tendency of the incorporate and into the material from of the legend and the saints of the leaves. It was a long been the fashion to tell of the biblical of the place of the mysteries and thus of the dealing with the saints and leaves the miracles, but there is no evidence to justify this distinction in England, though it seems to have been used in France. We hear no slave being called a mystery in the England before the 18th century, and it seemed of the probable, and that's all out of the door. And it's critical of the dramas and in this country who are the known as the miracles. All 6 in my mind, so I'll be the most successful characters, and most successful characters, and most positive characters. That's when I talk like this kinds of way. I am the most positive guy. And I spread the positivity. This is my job. When you always talking positivity, thinking positivity, that's happened something. You build a revolution. You build a legacy. And I hope if anyone can do it, all about routines. From of the 11th century onwards, the monastic and the cathedral of the records of the frequent of the mention of properties used in such of the dramatic representation. The performance or the style of the part of the liturgy are spoken in the Latin by the clerics, and there's a role of the subordinate one. And slowly, however, the vernacular creator of the usurp the place of the Latin of the minor, the clerics of then of the 11 of the introduced as actors. The numerous episodes began to be found in the single performance. These gross necessities of the moving of the presentation from the shore and original place and of the shore. Liturgical and drama grew up the overshadowed at the ritual of which is had been a very small part by the 12th century of the drama of the inquest of the seal of more space. seems to have the moved into the open, and the organization had begun to pass the electrical circles of the lower hands. The vernacular was by now that's the usual of the medium, and that's of the going. The secularizations of the drama is reflected in the edict of the 1210, forbidding clergy to take the power of the pace, the form of the clergy control, passed first of the religious and the social guilds, and then of the tribes of the glutes, and after the general control of the council of the town, the glutes which were and will be under need of the rebel on the public show become the responsible for the production. Each ghoul to gonna say episodes with to its own interest. Thus it's now the dialogue and the growing of the elaborations of the presentation are simulated by the cube of the rivalry, and the extension of the cycle led to the evolution of the ambulator of the cycle, which is episode was profounded on a two of the deck car or pagans. These pagans consisted of one unclosed room, and which is boxed in a hail of the trade as the treading of the room. The second story up in the sky, up into the sky, which is the action of the platform. It was the town of the town is the play of the could perform that fix of the parents at the work at the and York. We read of the 12th place of the which is each of the place was given in a schooling, so which is began 4:30 a.m. and went up until the light of the field. The London about 1500s and the place which were presented very elaborately lasted from the 4 of the 7 days. For such of the elaborates of the cycle of the presented out of the door, only the summer festivals were the really celebrable, and after the creation in 1311 of the feast of the Corpus Christi, and which is the fill of the May or the June, when the weather was likely to be the good and thirst and hours of the tailors were long, and most of the place cycle being that attach of themselves to the feast. Here and there is however notably of the Chester, the play where the associated with the instrument and the cycle, some of which is performed annually, and some of the only the intervals of the several years make Corpus Christi. So it's a great public holiday, and soon as the license and the license and the library of the crowded of the congregated in the grade of the religious centers on this of the occasion are assuming arousing of the strong of the ecclesiasticals of the oppositions, and leading to a deterioration of the religious significance and speed of the pace, and through open cars, bars, but always vigorous was creeping in, and while the heroes played the pillars and the Pharaoh among the others were the developed as a popular comic roles on which is the dramatist kept his imagination free rein. In the 14th and the 15th centuries, traces can be found of the miraculous face in about 40 different districts of England, and most of the frequently in the north of the east of the many texts of the most of them very carved are still of the preserved. Among them of the there are 3 of the complete cycles, those of the Chester, York, and the Oakfield and the Chester cycles, probably the earliest of the 3. The uncertain of the date but was composed between 130 and the 1450, a complete cycle from the fall of the sun of the day of the judgment. It was more of the truly religious than the others of true. The yoke of the cycle of the contains 48 plays, and examination of which is suggests that they may be the result of the 3 of the several periods of the production in some of the time between 3050 and 4000, and so the waterfall place often known as the town of the place from the name of the family which is owned the manuscript for the many years there of about 1430, and are notable for a very strong vein of the realism which is runs through many of them, and systematically the place of these cycles are widely differing. All are the predominantly the imbibed verse, much of which is in his elaborates and metrical patterns in the Chester cycle. All are in honor of their other of the following patterns: AA4B3 and CC4B3, or AA4B3, AA4B3, and the uniformity of the metrical pattern of the being the destiny guides in the feature of the series and yoke, and there are the many metrical forms. Some of them are much more of the elaborates than those of the Chester, e.g. ABCC, ABCC and ADD and 4 and DD2 and E2FF3, and that's a field while many of the plays make much use of the alternation in of the waterfall phase, the best of we know how from a literary point of view, and there is a considerable variety of stanza and combines with a more of the artistic more use of the alternation than is seen in the yoke cycle of the following example of the first from the Cornish play. There are the three more shows of something of the true religious notes, was the second from the Wikified, second of the shepherds of the play. The illustrator is clearly is the more secular and the more of the truly dramatic developments to be seen in many of the plays. Many of the Magdalens and O as well as sister and once for the stories rise from the throne, the Lord, how will you be the rights? And if you know the not where it goes, and the year of the reality, the mayor of the mountain of the James and too long of their states, and my Lord is gone his way and out of the tomb, and surely else my heart is sick. I know not in I indeed if I shall see him who is very good, may shalom. I know truly and I believe it that he is rising out. Let's do it, bruh. All have right now. Feed me more, dude. Let's do it. And in this day, and how will it to be thus now, right? Us now, and that we find out our Lord's also, and this thing, the dark day, and also morning, I see morning, I call our Lord's gates. That's for us all. The three mice, okay, the three mice. It clean, drink a lot of water, lead a healthy life. It's also main things in my life. Also says leading a healthy life is that's the main thing. I don't fuck others thinking. I just don't care about anything. Leading a healthy life is important. This is number one. And second shepherd Mag and Devil in our E and a stock of the woods I have. I enter now you and you shepherd and three shepherds Mag, you know E and not me, and by God I could tell you Mag God look you all three and me thoughts I would have been seen you are a fair of company and first shepherd can you now mourn you and serve Jeff the second shepherd. Thus let us the ghost watchful mean of the suppose and the last of the ill noise of the stealing of the sea, and I am the true as still men who wait about a sickness I feel the holes of me the full of the heart and see the belly of the fierce. Norway is not of the state, the structure but Salome will eyes of the devil dead by the gates Mag and full of the shore am and Sandstock and steals the eye ignore with the nettles. First of all, how many how fairs they wipe by my roots, how fair she lies for watering by the roots, by the fire low, and house full of the that the goods of the will do, but so and each of the year of the comes to man she brings forth the larkin and some years too, and but there's the but why not the more of the gracious and richer by far. I were eating out of if you came near, that's none of that stores and nor knows a word that I can. I get sleep. Coming back. Fucking god.
বাবা একটা টিন দিয়ে দিবে, টিনটা দিয়ে কোনো কাজ হবে না। ও মা,
ভাত খাইছি যাবে
একটা না দিয়ে
উপেন এখন ছাড়ি
বেশি উঠে যাওয়া পছন্দ না।
Imagine, guys, this is 2026, and we all are enjoying our life the most positive way. Fuck everyone, just enjoy. Fuck them all. I just don't care. We just don't care about anyone's. Just imagine that's 2026 time, and we're just doing good. And I just hold my current situation when I'm old. And I know that being you is not say success or anything, but being your routines, all about you have. That's actually make you that. So I was told I doesn't care about anything in my life, but I know all about your routines is actually make you that kinds of way. So I always choose to believing in my routines and all that. Believing in my routines does make me better and everything's fuck your insecurity. Fuck you everything. Fuck I doesn't care about anyone's fucking mentality that's I have right now. Just not care, just honestly, just not care about anyone. Just live your life with fucking enjoy, fucking success, fucking way. Just like just do it. I never compared anything myself. I still call it. When I was, I chill. When I was. don't wanna be better than this. Everyone's just a fuck. I know I'm better than this. Everyone just believe that's my routines that I'll believe. Fuck them others, doesn't care about anyone. What should we bra? Oil can make it. This something different so wrong. News monster number one, guys. Let's do it. Oh, what's new? One first. Two everything. Two everything. Chewy is fucking cool. There's a camera anymore. কি গো?
দাঁড়াও কি হচ্ছে